Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. My name is Jack and this is your Transfer Deadline Day live. Really looking forward to it, guys. And it's going to be an interesting couple of hours, it has to be said. Now, there's not an awful lot of, I suppose, ins and outs from United expected over the next 3 hours. We've got 3 hours to go before the end of the deadline. But the big one, of course, is Jadon Sancho. And can we get him off the books and can we get him gone? It looks like Juventus are out of the race, and we mentioned that even last night, didn't we, in relation to Jadon Sancho. But can we get him off the books? Can we move him on? It looks like it's going to be Chelsea. Do I want him going to Chelsea? No, I don't. But anyway, guys, you're all welcome. Please smash a like on the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Any official channel members, you can join our live. And I think Chris is waiting to get in, so we're gonna bring Chris in a moment. Anybody that wants to join official channel members, the link is on the home page, the community tab. It's right there. It's the most recent post, so you can click the link and get on and talk about the transfers. You don't have to stay on all night. You can jump in, say your piece, and jump off again. But Chris is here. We'll bring him straight in and get his opinions. Chris, how we doing, man?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. What's your thoughts? What's your feelings on transfer deadline day?
Well, I wish it wasn't. I just wish we could just get rid of him, get rid of Sancho, and be done. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of the news, but the last I heard it was Sancho and for I can't even say his last name, Chukwuemeka or Chuka.
Yeah,
Matata,
I've got it here. Chukwuemeka. Yeah, you froze on us. That's how much you weren't able to say his name.
Is that a real thing that he's coming this way, or is it just a one-way deal?
Let me pop it up on the screen. So, can we get multiple people? Let me see. We'll do that. So yeah, it's coming from Sky Sports News. United have been exploring a potential deal for Chelsea's Carne I had it, and now I'm after losing it. Chukwuemeka. So yeah, look, I mean, the player himself, I mean,
CDM, right?
He is a CDM. I'm going to pull up his details here. I meant to have him up before I come on. I'm not even. I'm after losing the pronunciation of his name at 100%. Chukwuemeka. Yeah, so is he a DM? Central midfield? Yeah, central midfield. I mean, what's the point, really? You know what I mean? If we're getting someone like Ugarte in and over the line, do we need to bring in another CDM? Or Craig is saying he's an attacking midfielder. So,
oh Jesus, that's just. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm still disheveled about Mason Mount. To be honest with you, I'm not real happy about that one. You know, the injury to Mason Mount, but I just think we need legs in the midfield. To be honest with you, I mean, I would take him. I mean, if we can get Sancho off the books, and be done with it. And just like as much as Jack, you're opposed to him going to Chelsea. I really don't care because I don't think he's good enough that he's going to even see the field. To be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My worry is that he goes there and does well. You know what I mean? That's my concern.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, who's he going to play in front of? Cole Palmer, Madueke? I mean, João Felix. I mean, there's a lot of other players there that are a lot better than he is. You know, and I just let him go to London and sit in a London pub. I guess at that point, and then. But at that point, and if we can get someone with legs that can play in our midfield, because I think that's what our midfield lacks right now is legs. I think Ugarte brings legs to our midfield, so can run, can move, can play. Casemiro doesn't have the legs anymore. Eriksen doesn't have the legs anymore. Manu does, but we're pretty thin. So if we can add depth to it, I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was thinking about that today. So. We've
Jack, I'll be right back. I got to run real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Pop in and out as you like. No problem. I'll chat to you in a bit. So I've been thinking about that, like Chris has been saying there in relation to the midfield. And, I mean, there's a bit of balance there. Well, not balance, but I think I think we've got a little bit of depth within that midfield now. So you've got two CDMs. So we've got Casemiro and now Ugarte. You've got two players in the 8, which you're talking about, Kobbie Mainoo and Christian Eriksen. And I know Christian Eriksen's legs are gone and, he's getting older and physicality is not there. But as somebody to come on with 15, 20 minutes to go where you can rest somebody like Kobbie Mainoo, then absolutely fantastic. The Carabao Cup game that we're going to be playing against Barnsley, perfect for Christian Eriksen. And then in the number 10, it's disappointing that Mason Mount has got injured, but you would have Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes. So you'd have two players for each position, I would think. And of course, we have signed another midfielder, and it's been confirmed today. So it's a good segue from Fabrizio Romano saying Sekou Kone joins Manchester United as the 2006 born Mali midfielder completes his move. It's confirmed. And very good news in relation to this as well. Reports from James Ducker in the Telegraph have been saying that Man United sources believe Kone's technical composure, pressing, physicality, intensity and quality off both feet make him an exciting prospect. He will initially work with the club's academy as he adapts to English football and a new country. Now, I'm not saying this guy is going to come straight in and be part of the first team squad, because he absolutely is not. He's only a kid, but we're starting to get some options there, and we've got for the likes of Collier, who played a lot of game time throughout pre-season. You would expect him to get some, minutes throughout the season also. So look, I don't think it's too bad in relation to what we've got in midfield. In relation to outgoings, they're obviously just showing it on Sky Sports News at the moment as I watch it, and it's in relation to Scott McTominay, and it looks like actually, do you know what? Let me just let me get my headphones going, just because I want to listen to the audio on the TV, just to keep you guys up to date then as well. But Scott McTominay, and Fabrizio Romano reported on it about an hour and a half ago. He says Scott McTominay to Napoli deal signed between all parties involved. So Scott McTominay exits, and look, we spoke about him last night or the other night and said, best of luck to him. Hope he does really well. A great servant for Manchester United, but ultimately not good enough, you would have to say. So I think it's a big improvement. I think it's a big improvement for us. But yeah, how's everybody feeling in relation to it? Let's go through some of your comments here before we get on to the main talking points. Craig says, I'm not sure Sancho gets moved, especially with Mount going out. Who is Bruno's cover? United are right in being firm about their demands. Yeah, they are 100%. And, I think, Mount being injured isn't ideal. However, they're talking maybe 3 or 4 weeks he's going to be out for. Now, a couple of the games, or a couple of them weeks will be through the international break that's coming up. So he'll miss 1 or 2 games after the international break. And you would hope he can come back and stay fit then. Now, he hasn't got a record to say that he will stay fit. But, yeah, I think if Mount is fit, and we've got 6 fit midfielders, it gives us good balance there. I honestly think so. Dylan is in. Good to see you, Dylan. Paul is here. He says, why do we want Sancho? We have 55 white players. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, Paul. If you can't figure it out, we certainly can from this end. Dylan says, Chelsea will get Sancho. Hope they throw a big block of cash at us. It would be nice. He also says, Liverpool Sunday, bring it on. Can't wait. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Paul says, we don't have a player with that name. Never heard of the player you're saying. There's an awful echo, says Craig. Hopefully that's fixed. Paddy says, what do you think of the Europa League draw with Rangers at home? Yeah, look, it's a decent draw for United. For anyone who didn't see who we got, I'll tell you now. So we've got Rangers at home. We've got PAOK at home, Bodo Glimt, whoever they are, at home, and FC 20 at home. We've also then got away ties at Fenerbahce, which is Jose Mourinho. We've got Porto, and I can't remember the other two, so somebody else fill me in. Yeah, I can't find the other two. I'll get it up for you in a moment. So yeah, look, I'm happy enough with the Europa League draw. I think it's a favourable draw for us, and I think it's one that we could, quite easily qualify for. Like we said, it's the top 8 in the league standings, in the table standings, that qualify. The next 16 go into isn't it 16? Yeah, the next 16 go into a playoff game against each other, and then the bottom 8 will be automatically eliminated. Paul says, I hope you keep Sancho and we keep Carney. Dylan says, thoughts on David De Gea doing great for Fiorentina? Well, he had a bit of a nightmare of a debut. I haven't heard much since then. Sterling has just agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Finally, some good news. Yeah, so let's bring up some news in relation to that, guys. Just before we came on live, I think it was David Ornstein actually that broke the story. Let me see if we got it here. Yes, we do. So David Ornstein says Arsenal are in talks with Chelsea to sign Raheem Sterling before the transfer window closes. Arsenal now actively working on a loan move for the attacker. If a deal is struck, personal terms will still need to be agreed. No issue expected. So that takes away the kind of link between Manchester United and Raheem Sterling, you would expect. And, if we are going to be going on and doing a deal for Jadon Sancho, it's not going to be a swap deal by the look. Anna was speaking, saying United insist on their conditions to be met on the buy clause and the salary coverage in order to give the green light on Jadon Sancho deal. Agreement between Sancho and Chelsea is done, but the agreement between United and Chelsea is not done, and that's the sticking point. And you know what? United are dead right sticking to their guns on this. You cannot send Jadon Sancho out on another loan, and only a loan, where he's going to end up coming back to his next season. It's just not going to work, and if history, is to tell us anything about Jadon Sancho, he will go on loan, he'll come back, and, if he doesn't do well, the team that he's gone on loan to are not going to want to sign him, and his price will decrease. If he does do well, the price of him will increase, and the majority of clubs who actually want him won't be able to afford him. So I think United are absolutely spot on in relation to sticking to their guns here, and I think they should be sticking to their guns about inserting that obligation to buy. But yeah, because if they don't, then it's not really worth it for us, really, is it? So yeah, let's have a look here and see if we got any updates. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here as well. Elanga price tag over 35 million when we sold him for 15 million 2 years ago, says Luke. D is in, he says, I'm needing whatever divine power is required to send Sancho anywhere else except here. Well, yeah, I'm not the biggest of fans in wanting him to go to Chelsea, if I'm being completely honest. I don't want him to go to Chelsea. It's too much of a risk for United. If he goes there and he does well, the criticism will fall. And if he goes there and it goes poorly, if we don't have the buy option included in the loan, then it's not really worth it either. Dylan says, how does the Europa League thing work? I don't get the new league phase. Yeah, so the new league phase, like we said, there's 32 teams in it, I think. I think it's 32 anyway, or maybe it's more. Maybe it's 36. I'm not sure. Regardless, the top 8, it's like a normal league fixture or a league table. You play 8 games, 4 at home, 4 away. The draws were made already today, so we know who we're getting. You won't have 2 ties with the same teams that you're in with. So, like you said, we play Rangers at home, but we won't be playing them away. And the top 8 automatically qualify and go into the last 16. The middle 16 in the group, they go into the kind of knockout phase and play each other. That's the qualifying phase. Obviously, 8 of them will come out then to make up the last 16, with the other 8 that have already automatically qualified. And the bottom section of the league, then they will automatically be out. Let's see. Chelsea got Shamrock Rovers in the Conference League. Put your house on Rovers. That would be brilliant. Are Rovers away or at home, Paul? I didn't. That's the first time hearing of it. It's a great draw for Rovers and a good bag of money for, you would expect. Jadon could be a handy player if we actually use him properly on the right-hand side, says Dylan. I don't want Jadon Sancho at Manchester United, after the lack of professionalism and so on and so forth with him. Crystal Palace have agreed a deal with Trevor Chalobah on loan from Chelsea. These are all kind of the players that a lot of people were saying, could United get a swap deal done for Sancho going one way and I like Chalobah. Bought him in Football Manager a couple of years ago and he absolutely ripped it up. Football Manager just doesn't get it wrong. Alan says we still need a number 9. We won't be getting one, Alan. I don't think. I think signing a striker is done and dusted, to be honest with you. Rovers are away, right? Okay, so they get to go to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, that'll be a good payday for Rovers, which is brilliant. Fair play to them. Happy days. Happy days. Any updates? Let's keep up to date on what's going on. Hudson Edouard to Leicester City. Deal done with Crystal Palace on a straight loan. Scott McTominay to Napoli. Deal confirmed. And we've got the pictures. There he is. Scott McTominay signing his contract on the pitch in Naples. Best of luck to Scott McTominay. Hope he does well. Great servant to Manchester United. But like we said, ultimately, just not good enough. What else have we got? Any updates here? Any updates? Plenty Goal has been speaking about Jadon Sancho as well. He says there is still no agreement between Manchester United and Chelsea about a deal for Jadon Sancho. Both teams remain in contact to find a solution. Negotiations ongoing. Sancho wants the deal. Of course he does. Jadon Sancho is a petulant toss your ties out of the pram type of fella, and he can't handle his ego getting a pin, not starting. Don't think Osman will be going to Chelsea. It's too late now. Well, a lot of the reports are suggesting that Osman could still potentially go to Saudi Arabia, even though Ivan Toney has agreed a deal to move to Saudi Arabia as well. It's a surprise with Ivan Toney, but ultimately he's had no other real options. No one has really been in for him. Arsenal haven't been in, United haven't been in. And I don't know what it is. Is it ego? Is it maybe something in the background that clubs are kind of going, no, I don't think so. They've lifted that table out a pub just to get it done before tonight. That's way straight over my head. Wanted to show you this, guys, and let me know what you think. This is the transfer window so far from Manchester United. We've got Inns Lenny euro, 62 million euro, Mamadou Ugarte 50 million euro, De Ligt 45 million euro, Zirkzee 42.5 and Mazraoui 15 million. Total spend of 214.5 million euro. And outgoings then, McTominay, Greenwood, Wan-Bissaka, Hannibal, Cambuala, Alvaro Fernandez, Pelestri, Will Fish and Donny van de Beek for a total sale of 110 million euro. So we've got a net spend, guys, of just over 100 million. And to be bringing in them players for a net spend of 100 million, I think is really, really good business out of Manchester United. I honestly do. I think it's great business. We've really, really improved the playing squad, it has to be said. When you're getting rid of the likes of McTominay, Fernandez, Pelestri, Van de Beek, Wan-Bissaka, Greenwood, and you're improving your squad drastically, with the likes of Yoro, De Ligt, Ugarte, Mazraoui, Zirkzee. I think it's been a really, really good transfer window. And like we were mentioning the other night, if this transfer window is anything to go by, and future transfer windows are, going to be similar to this, then it's not going to take as long as we expected to, to get back where we need to be, which is absolutely brilliant. Let me have a look here and see. Right, that lad is getting blocked. Sabir. So yeah, there we go. Happy days. But yeah, Chris is back in, so we'll get him added in. And Chris, how we doing?
What's up? Good, man. Sorry about that. I had to show one of our rental properties.
No problem. I don't expect you to be here for 3 hours. There's no problem. We've been
here
running
for 3
through
hours.
this. Sorry.
I can be here for 3 hours. You'll get sick
Well,
of me, but
you're more than welcome to be here. We've been going through this little stat that I have up on the screen. United's total spend so far, if nothing else is done, 214.5 million. Total outgoings amounts to 110. So just over 100 million spent net, and drastically improving the squad, I would say.
Yes.
What's your overall thoughts on the transfer window and how it's gone for us?
B minus.
Okay, I'll take that.
B minus only, and the only thing I am not happy with is timing.
Okay.
I mean, if let's say we were able, and I'm not like Ugarte, I wish we would have been able to get in for the season. If we got all of our transfers in that we got now, and they were ready for game one, I'd give them an A plus.
Yeah.
But with the timing and everything like that, and I understand it's hard. It's you got to get the outs before you get the ins and everything like that with FFP and PSR. So I still give a B minus only because, like you and I chatted about it earlier, like I'm not happy that Ugarte's not registered for Sunday
Yeah.
because now they know that he's not going to be there. Even if he can play for 30 minutes, they gotta deal with him for 30
Yeah.
minutes.
So for people who didn't hear that, guys, or haven't been kind of kept up to date with, United won't have Ugarte signed in time to be registered for the game against Liverpool on the weekend. Go ahead, Chris.
So other than that, I mean, just the timing. But I'll give props to where props are necessary because they've done a great job, in bringing the guys in that we need, bringing Lenny Euro, bringing Delict, we wanted 2 center backs, we wanted another CDM, we wanted another striker. We got those guys.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would have?
Is there anything else you would have liked to see out of the transfer window?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see Michael Olise, but no. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, for the amount of money and I don't know what his salary is, and I haven't seen that yet. So, but for what Liverpool spent on Chiesa, like, you can't tell me we couldn't afford that.
Yeah, but that deal baffles me, to be honest with you. They've signed a guy who had a good season 3 years ago and has basically been injured ever since. You know what I mean? I'm not overly convinced by that signing, to be honest.
Well, isn't that what we did with Mason Mount?
Well, Mason Mount wasn't injury prone before we bought him. You know what I mean?
What? He was injured the whole year before we bought him.
Was he?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm not a Chelsea expert. I just go, I signed for United. All right, great. Talk to me a little bit about.
I just look at Chiesa for 15 million, and if he's going to come in and be a squad player and what he offers, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with. But again, I mean, the only other person I can think of that I think we need is and I don't want
Left
to say
back?
it. Well, no, I'll be honest with you, Jack. I think we should give Harry Amos a run. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't with having Maserati. I mean Mazarawi, and then and Delo, and with having those guys. And I'll be honest. I think we should give Harry Amos a run. Like Toby Collier, I think we should give him a run because I only say that with what Ineos had come out with when they signed Ten Hag to an extension. They're not looking for top four.
Yeah.
We are. We want to be in top four. But Ineos said that top four isn't a priority for Ten Hag. So give the boys a run, you know, and let's see what they got at that point. So if you really bring in another left back, where does that leave Harry Amos?
Yeah. I know what
So
you mean.
I look at
Maybe
that.
it's just that Harry Amos is just not ready yet. You know what I mean?
I get it. I get it. But I saw him in preseason and he looked pretty good. I
Yeah,
mean,
I understand. Yeah, I
and I'm not
understand.
saying give him.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying give him like a lot of minutes, but I'm saying give him cup games. Give him,
Yeah.
give
Give
him
him
give him those
Barnsley
games.
in the Carabao Cup.
Exactly. So you give him those games, but I'll be honest. And you hear conflicting reports and what he wants, and you know, two guys that I would like to see come in: Hermoso from Atletico Madrid, left back or
Yeah.
left center back, as he can play both. They say,
Yeah.
and because the one thing you can say about Atletico Madrid, they do know how to play defense because that's
Yeah.
all they do. It's like they park the bus and they know how to play defense. And
Yeah.
depending on what his salary wants are, I would not mind Adrian Rabiot for 2-year deal.
It's a strange one that there's been no updates on Adrian Rabiot. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like it's very similar to what we had with David De Gea last summer, where you're going, like, is he going to go anywhere, or you
Yep.
know? But I wouldn't be surprised if we hear something in the next couple of hours in relation
I
to
mean, because we're
Rabiot.
only
But
closed down for transfers, we can always sign someone on a free.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Well, I
so there's
suppose he's in no hurry to actually meet the deadline
yes.
tonight. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
that's
look
a
at
good
that,
point.
and the same thing with Hermoso is like he's on a free, so there's no hurry in spending. But those we're not spending any money on those; we're just spending wage.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to get rid of Sancho to be able to spend the wage. I don't know. So
I get you.
that's
Well, 300 grand a week is I mean, what is? Oh, did someone said it was it? Oh no, they were talking today about. I was watching the Stretford Paddock earlier on, and they were talking about getting
I
Varane,
got banned
and
from
I
that
think
channel.
why?
Oh, I let him have it the other day.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
I'll have to send
I'll
you.
be
I'll have to send you the tweet that I sent him, and it didn't go over
all
well.
right, fair enough. But they were saying getting Varane and Martial off the books is saving us 30 million a year. You know what I mean? So when you're a lot of people tend to, just skim over wages, but I mean, 30 million would have bought us, 30 million euro would have bought us, Matsraoui, would have bought us, three quarters of Delict, would have bought us Lenny Yoro's nutsack. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
Yeah, but you're
it
talking
can't be
about
overlooked either.
but you're talking about wages, not talking about transfer.
Yeah,
So wages, like, and maybe they, and I'll be honest with you, I am A+ with Ineos about having having the wherewithal to be mindful of transfers because even and again, what I hear over here is a lot different than what you hear over there. But even when the Sterling stuff came out, they basically looked at Sterling's group and said, from what I heard, was he's going to be on no more than 200 grand a week. So if he wants to come for that, then we'll talk about signing him. But if he doesn't want to come from that, we're out.
yeah, I
Which
get you.
which is night and day from United in the past 10 years, right? Because we
Yeah,
used to just give whatever they wanted and just deal with it later, kind of
yeah,
kind of mentality. But I just look at it and go, I'm pretty happy with what I'm pretty happy with it. I just don't like the timing. I mean, like bringing in Delict and Zirkzee late so they can't play the first two games. That I mean, that hurt. I mean, it bothered me, to be honest, because it's like you couldn't make that happen earlier.
Yeah, I
And
get you.
it's like, because honestly, I think if we have Delict and Zirkzee at a point where they can play a full game, maybe we didn't drop 3 points to Brighton.
Yeah, I get you.
Come on, Jack, you got to have a better. Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, well, look, I'm you know me, ever the optimist, and I think I mean when you're looking at this transfer window, you have to take into consideration how fucking shite we've been in the transfer market for a decade,
Mm-hmm.
and we all said it before the start of the transfer window. Don't get carried away and wanting everything all at once, because it's not going to happen, and it's going to be a 2, 3, 4, 5 year project and rebuild. And if it seems like we've been hearing rebuild for fucking all our lives, because we've been hearing it since Sir Alex Ferguson left. It's just been rebuild after rebuild after rebuild, season after season after season. Whereas now there looks like there's a little bit of structure to it. They've got a game plan, they know what they're trying to do, and they're working towards it. You're going out and getting your young players, your Lenny Oros, your Joshua Zirkzees. You're getting your experienced players then with Delict. Ugarte is experienced. Matsraoui is experienced as well. And there's a nice blend there. But, I mean, more than the ins, I've been more impressed with the outs, to be honest with you. How well we've sold and how well we've been trying for so many years to clear the deadwood, and the only way we could clear them in the past was letting their contracts run down and letting them go on a free. That's literally the only way we could ever get rid of them. And now we're actually getting decent money in, and for the ones that we're not getting decent money in for, we're getting big sell-on clauses included. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. And you know what, Jack, you make a good point, and maybe I raise my B- to a B+ at that point.
Yeah.
But I can't give an A only because of the timing. But like I didn't really even think about the outs as much as well as we're doing, and the big sell-on clauses, because our guys just don't demand the 15 million, 20 million. So we're selling them for 5 with a 50% buy on or sell on clause. So I mean, I get that, and I'll give them props. I mean, if you want to talk about rebuild, what Ineos has done this summer is what you should be doing. And I was
Yeah.
actually talking to a friend of mine that big United fan as well. That next summer is going to be a big clear out too, because if we don't sell Eriksson, he's going to be gone. Maguire will be gone. Lindelof will be gone. Even though we can't sell them because they're not sellable assets at this point.
Yeah.
That
Casemiro.
Casemiro. Well, no,
Luke Shaw.
Casemiro still got time on.
Well, if they're trying to get rid of him this summer, they're probably going to try to get rid of him next summer.
Okay, but I'm just talking about like clearing out the deadwood. Like Casemiro, I think we may get stuck with. And mark my words, I think we may be stuck with him for a little bit. But But Lindelof, Maguire, Eriksson, who else is there?
There ain't that many.
No, but I mean, but that's the good thing.
Exactly.
So
yeah, exactly.
But you're getting. I mean, and you think about Eriksson's on 150 grand. Lindelof's on 120 grand. Maguire's on what, 200?
Over 200, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be nice and say 200.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at that's 600 grand. That's roughly 600 grand, a little bit over 600 grand.
Yeah.
And then I mean that's big time for us. And then now you can start bringing in the depth. The guys, maybe we don't have to, again, we're not going to go out and get Galacticos, but we're going to go out and get the squad depth that's going to put competition into the group,
Yeah, absolutely. Update on Raheem Sterling coming in from Fabrizio. Sterling and Arsenal, agreement between player and Arsenal in case club decides to get it done. Raheem wants the move. Negotiations ongoing between clubs, with Chelsea open to finding solutions. So Chelsea obviously want him out. Sterling wants to move to Arsenal. Arsenal have agreed personal terms with the player, but are reluctant to pull the trigger. What do you make on this one, Chris? On Sterling, it's a bit of a strange one.
I guess it boils down to how much they're going to pay for him. What's the wage? Are they going to take on his contract, or are they going to redo it? Because I'll be honest, and I said this in other chats and other things, is I don't mind taking Sterling at the right wage for like maybe a 1 or maybe a 2-year deal. You know, if he's going to be 150 to 200 grand a week, not 325 where he's on at Chelsea, like above Sancho at that point. Because like everybody that I've heard is like, oh, just swap him. I'm like, why would we swap a 24-year-old on 300 grand for a 29-year-old on 325 grand?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No. So,
no.
But I mean, I don't know if you heard the news that the guy that Arsenal just signed is out until October. Marino.
I did hear that today. Yeah.
So
it's
not just.
Don't laugh. Don't fucking laugh. Don't laugh. Right? Because it will come back to bite us in the arse. Don't laugh.
Okay.
All right. Don't laugh.
We're
in no position to be laughing about injuries.
I get it, but all I can say is at least it just hasn't happened to us. It's happened to someone else. So
exactly,
I can take joy in that. But
we have got Mason Mount injured for the second season in a row as well. So
I got to be honest with you, Jack. I'm writing them off.
Okay.
I mean, mark my words. Today, end of the transfer, August 30th. I'm writing Mason Mount off. He's done.
I've been really impressed with him so far in pre-season and the start of the season. It's just injuries.
You know who he reminds me of?
Huh?
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Owen Hargreaves.
Owen Hargreaves, yeah. We got one brilliant season out of Hargreaves, didn't we, in 2008? And that was it. That was the end of him then. Let me see what people are saying here. Dylan says, our window would have been much better if a left back came in. D says, if Chiesa was worth 15 million and nobody else wanted him, why do we think that is? Yeah, injuries, I would say, is probably... Yeah. It is a gamble from Liverpool, but I don't see him probably getting into that team too much with how well Diaz, Jota and Salah do in that forward line. You know what I mean? And then the big dope up through the middle that can't score goals as well. Come off the bench. Finn says, we'll say 7.9 out of 10 until we get a chance to see what these lads can do. Yeah, so I asked people in the chat to rate the transfer window out of 10. John is in. He says, cheers lads, I'm having my first Friday beer. I'm watching your stream. What did you think about the Europa League draw? Enjoy that beer, John. I might be very fucking close to go and get one myself now.
I'm pretty close. I already went and had lunch with a friend, and we had a couple Kentucky bourbon barrel stouts.
No wonder you can't fucking pronounce it.
Yeah. And 3 shots at Knob Creek.
Oh, lovely. Happy days. Days.
It's a Friday.
Yep. Has to be done. D says, been a solid 8 out of 10 unless we get to midnight and Ugarte still isn't done, then it's about a 6. Yeah, well, we're still waiting on the official confirmation from anyone, from Manchester United on Ugarte. So that's...
but isn't that just a registering... I thought we confirmed it. It's just that he's just not registered.
Like I don't know, but there's something going on in the background where we haven't confirmed the deal yet, which is always a bit of a concern.
No, I thought we were waiting for McTominay to be confirmed, and then we would confirm him.
Maybe so.
Is it true that he's going to wear 13? Ji-sung Park?
Is he?
That's what I saw. I saw something on X about it.
All right.
So
that'd be interesting. John with the 5 months, proud member. Cheers, lads and gals. Appreciate it, John. Appreciate it, man. D says Adrian Rabiot's agent holding things back. He also says we're about to be linked with 37 different players, including a Martian, and 2 in the next 3 hours. Amara says, Man United need depth. I pray Sancho doesn't go. The differences could be ironed later, and I'm sure we can get the best out of him. I have to disagree 100%. Dude.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. No, look, everybody's opinion is respected here. I don't agree. I think he's had more than enough opportunities, to be quite honest with you.
Amara needs to come on and tell us why, though.
Yeah, exactly. Join as an official channel member. Click the link and come on and give us your opinions. If anybody else wants to come on live like Chris here, guys, the link is on the community tab of the YouTube homepage, of our channel homepage. You've got to be an official channel member. Join down below if you want to do so. John has gifted a membership. Absolute legend, John. Appreciate the support as always, man. Wrong on that one, Jack. We've not been shite, as that'd be an insult to shite. All right, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Warren says, it's the first window I can remember for a while where we have probably paid the right money for the ones brought in. 80 million, Anthony still hurts. Needed a left back and an experienced striker. Well, getting onto the left back area, technically we brought in a fullback who can play left back. Yes. You know what I mean? And we've already got a player in Diogo Dalot who can play left back as well. So, you know, I was saying that from very early on in the transfer window that I didn't think left back was going to be prioritised at all. You know what I mean? In terms of an out and out left back, I think we've got a player in Mazraoui who can challenge for either position over the next 5 years. And then in another year, if possible, we go out and we sign the left back. You know what I mean? That's going to be there for the next 5 to 10 years. You know, because if you, yeah, well, we may well have them in Harry Amas, absolutely. But I think that's.
Sorry, I just got a 365 Sports just said that Napoli confirmed Scott McTominay.
Yeah, they have. They confirmed it there a few minutes ago. I actually had it up on the screen while you were gone. There's a lovely little picture of him with Sir Alex Ferguson. You're not crying, I am.
No. Safety whistle's gone.
Jesus. God, don't go, man.
Don't leave. Jack, you've missed the WhatsApp group because I got into it with a couple of the guys in the WhatsApp group about McTominay and how they said that he shouldn't go. And I'm like, no. I'm like, the guy, he's been here since, what, 2008?
I don't know. He's been here since. Yeah, he's been here. No, I think he's been here since he was 8. So whatever year that was.
And I said his best season came in 2023. How much more do you want to wait on a guy? I mean, I'm sorry.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why I always said that if he did decide to stay and he was a squad player, I would have had no problems because he's an academy player. He loves the club. He knows what it is to be a Manchester United player, like me and you do. But Scott falls into the same bracket as me and you. We're not fucking good enough for Manchester United.
Exactly, 100%.
You know what I mean?
That was a big argument. It was like, oh, well, he scored 7 goals. I'm like, well, that's what a midfielder should be scoring, is 7 goals. Like, I don't but he scored 7 goals without any responsibility when he came in. His job was just to cherry pick up at the front and just, put one in the back of the net. When you give Scott McTominay responsibility to play a midfield role, he can't do it.
Yeah. It's saying here that McTominay has been at United for 22 years. So 2002, he first joined the club. Whatever age that would have made him. He would have been 6, maybe 7.
Yeah, I hope.
We've got some quotes from him here as well. We'll go down through them while we're talking about it. Let me see. Where did I have him? I have him here. He says, if you'd have said to me 7 years ago coming into the first team that I'd be in this position today and had my family experience some of our favourite moments at Old Trafford and away from home, I would have snapped your hand off. What else he's saying? Some other things here. I will continue to follow United always. I want to see the club win. I want to see us do really, really well, and I'll be watching as always. Thank you for having me. And I've enjoyed every minute.
Oh my God.
I love you, Scott. I love you.
Tears. Alligator tears.
Fucking Jesus Christ. But look, ultimately, he wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? But you can't downplay the love and the passion he had for the club. Absolutely, 100%. Let me see what people are saying here. Dean says, think we need a left back as Shaw's out for a few months. Dylan says, Ineos might be holding off with a left back. I think they believe in Amas and he can be a starter for us. John says, Dalot showed that he can play in a left back position in the Brighton game with that super pass to Garnacho. Too bad he didn't score. Yeah, well, supposedly as well, he's been I don't know where I read this, but he's been staying behind in training to the end of last season and into this season, working on his crosses with his left foot. So
Good.
supposedly he's up there as one of the best trainers in the whole squad.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, he came. I mean, a lot of people forget he came to us at 19, and
and went on loan to Inter Milan then as well.
He came at 19 and went on loan, and then so he's a young. I mean, he's a young kid. He came in young and learned how to train, learned how to do it the right way. I mean, and it just came. Last season was his breakout.
Yeah, he said. He said. He said a few months ago that Cristiano Ronaldo coming to the club had a massive impact on him in terms of how you look after your body, how you train, how you eat. You know what I mean? Sleep, all that kind of stuff. And he was literally like every other player at the fucking time should have been literally soaking up every bit of information
100%.
and watching Ronaldo doing. But supposedly Delors was that guy. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you look at it. I mean, I don't know what happened to Rashford last season, but the season before, I mean, there were shots of him in the United States training and doing what he needed to do and watching his body and doing. I don't know what happened last season. I really don't. And but he came out and had a 30-goal season when he trained and when he did what he needed to do. But last season, I don't know what happened, and it was what it is. But I mean, I don't understand in this day and age why more players aren't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, even you watch other channels and you hear Rooney talk about it, and Rooney's just like, no, I mean, can you imagine how good Wayne Rooney would have been if he had a Ronaldo kind of mindset?
Jesus
Ridiculous.
Christ. But he didn't need the Ronaldo mindset to be good, which was crazy. You know what I mean?
I mean, he could have been good for how much longer?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he would have shattered records. Like, I mean, he broke records, but he'd be doing a Ronaldo type of deal where he's shattering records all over.
But you know what, though? Do you know what? Sometimes it's better when you don't. You know, do you know the guys who, like, a lot of people are going to remember Cristiano Ronaldo for, some of the guys who hang, maybe not Ronaldo, that's probably a bad example, but the guys who hang on too long, that's your lasting memory of them is when they were shit before they retired, whereas Rooney, like Cantona, for example, prime, example, just went out at the top, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And, I think in a way I'm kind of, now you could see with Rooney, he was kind of tapering off towards the end with United and he was dropping back deeper and deeper into the midfield and stuff like that. But I think the prime Wayne Rooney is one of the most underrated players in Premier League history, I have to say.
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, but you look at what Wayne Rooney did. He played how many different positions? He played the 9, he played the 10, he played,
And Rocky here says, another missed opportunity, no quality striker signed. No quality striker signed. Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Ban that guy.
Who is that guy? Right there on the screen. We signed a striker, and he scored already. So I don't think we'll be. I think we'll be all right. We won't be too bad.
So Jack, give me your impression of Zirkzee then.
What, like how he speaks?
No, just like, what do you compare him to someone else? Compare him to someone that. What do you expect out of him? I mean, because he's not an out-and-out 9.
He can be, and I think that's ultimately what he will be worked on as with the likes of Van Nistelrooy. I have no problem with Zirkzee being that false 9 player. I've no problem with that. And we know he's played across the... Rocky is on one here. He says, Zirkzee goal stats, please. Yeah, 1 goal in 2 games. There's your stats. So, but I like what I see with him so far. And I know he's only had a couple of cameo appearances. And, we will have a better idea of what he can do and the type of player he is the more we see of him. But I always like a player who wants to get on the ball. You know what I mean?
Yes.
he reminds me a little bit of Dimitar Berbatov, who will now not in terms of the way Berbatov, with his first touch and maybe he just walked through games and stuff like that, but the way he drops out into midfield, gets on the ball, looks to link the play, and ultimately get in. What I've seen from Zirkzee in the past few games is that he's not in a hurry to get into the box. You know what I mean? He's not dropping out, getting on the ball, making a couple of passes and then bombing it in. He'll take his time and he'll get in there when he knows the ball is going to come. And Berbatov had that in abundance. That goal he scored where he started the play at our left back area and then just jogged all the way to the edge of the box and scored. I think it was against Fulham, actually, as well. So that's the type of player I see Zirkzee with. But again, that's only from, 2 substitute appearances.
No, I mean,
Chris is going around turning off all the lights. He turned off the phone. Anyway, let's see. Have we got any updates, guys? Let's keep you updated on any breaking news. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting couple of hours. Can United get rid of Jadon Sancho is the big question. No real updates on it as of now. Just looking at Sky Sports News here as well. Billy Gilmore going to. Is it Napoli he's gone to? Sorry, I just missed that. Chelsea have made an offer to sign Jadon Sancho on loan with an obligation to buy if certain thresholds are met, according to Sky Sports banner there as well. So yeah, look, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Why is any United fan already telling to replace Ten Hag with Rude? I know, stupid. I wouldn't even listen to it. Ten Hag is the manager. Let's not talk about who's next and what they'll do. Finn says, Rocky, you sound like you want Zirkzee Worky to fail before he starts. Young Sauce is in. DJ Son is frozen. Yeah, Zirkzee could be the next RVP for us. Well, that's a big statement and big shoes to fill. Does not look like the Sancho deal will be going on too long now, says Paul. Have you signed Sterling yet? No, you're signing him. You can fucking have him because we don't want him. You absolute numpty. Sterling to Arsenal. What? Arsenal for life. Let me get up on the screen here for you. I mean, if you're laughing that we're missing out on Sterling, I mean, I don't know what you're smoking by. There you go. Fabrizio Romano. Raheem Sterling and Arsenal agreed between player and club in case the club decide to get it done. Negotiations ongoing between clubs with Chelsea open to finding a solution. Oh, God, I hope he goes there and does nothing. He'll go there and finish second again, I suppose. At least that'll be one player in the dressing room with a league medal. Or is there more? Yeah, there is. Sure, all of the other players you signed from City, they've got league medals as well, haven't they? Let's see. D says 84 goals, 49 assists in 215 games at 23 says enough for me. Yep, that'll do me. Arsenal are signing Sterling, says Finn. Dylan says, if Ugarte doesn't come in by midnight, does that mean he's not coming? I don't really know, to be honest with you. The fact that we haven't been hearing much about it means what? I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I don't want to give you an answer, just for the sake of it. So the poll, guys, will Sancho leave before the deadline? We've had nearly 100 votes on it. 86% of people saying he will leave. 32% are saying he won't. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how we get on between now. So we've got 2 hours to go. Well, just over 2 hours to go. Imagine thinking you're on for the title and then your club signs Sterling. Wow. Warren says, now they've announced McTominay leaving, I think they'll have it out soon. Hopefully. Well, you would expect, if that was the case, that United would have it ready to go and just release it the second McTominay has been announced. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You staying on live until the deadline is done? Yeah, I'm going to be here till 11 o'clock, guys. So make sure you stick with us. We'll keep you up to date. We're getting a small update on Manuel Ugarte. This is coming out of, let's see, France. L'Equipe. Manuel Ugarte is no longer a PSG player. Everything is signed with Manchester United. So that's encouraging, to say the least. So happy days there. Sorry, just double checking on a couple of things here. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second now. I just updating a little something here. Right, okay, we're back. Happy days. Yeah, so it's some nice updates there coming out of France. Supposedly, Manuel Ugarte has everything signed with Manchester United, so it's positive. So it is, and I'm sure we'll be getting some more updates. Let me see now. Okay, happy days. Yeah, happy days. Right, so Ugarte, reports coming out of France suggesting that he is no longer a PSG player. So that obviously confirms then that Manuel Ugarte is not confirmed as a Manchester United player as of right now, and we are still waiting on the official confirmation from the club that he has joined. So interesting. Again, guys, any of the official channel members, if you do want to come on and have a chat with us for a minute or two, or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you like, you can come on, any of the official channel members. The link is in the community tab of the channel's homepage. Click on the homepage of this channel, click the community tab, and the first post will have it there, and you can come on and have a chat with us if you want to do so and give your opinions on the transfer window. Let's see what people are saying. Let's see. Romano doesn't have talk show. He gave us here we go days ago on Ugarte, and he said this morning everything's signed and there's still nothing. Yeah, look, I don't know what the reason is, but let's hope. I mean, we're going to get absolutely slagged to bits if the deal for some reason falls through. I don't think it will though. Arsenal is where Chelsea players go to retire. There you go, yeah. Katas says, or Jeff says, Sancho should stay in Jesus' name, whatever that means. Warren says 4 minutes ago Fabrizio said Sterling to Arsenal, proceeding loan deal, so hopefully that puts to bed the United links. Sterling wants to leave London according to Rocky. Were you speaking with him today or yesterday? Or until I see him with his shirt, L'Equipe can get out of here. Ugarte should be confirmed by 9 p.m. Well, it's 9 p.m. now, so you're wrong. Have to wait till there we land, confirms Ugarte is done. Mr. Chimpa says, is there any possibility of signing another player other than Ugarte? I don't think so, to be honest. There's been no links, there's been no rumours or anything, so I think it's going to be Ugarte, and let's hope that that can get done. We've got less than 2 hours to go. Slagging nothing. Arsenal signed Sterling and Liverpool paid up for Chiesa, says D. Ineos were never that stupid to get Sterling. God bless. Happy days. Guys, give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Alright, I just want to go and might grab a beer. Let's go grab a beer. Back in a second. And we're back. We're back. Happy days. Happy days. Arsenal have signed a goalkeeper, Neto, from Bournemouth. That's obviously to cover the outgoing of Aaron Ramsdale. So they're talking about a loan deal for Sterling. We have an update from Fabrizio Romano here as well. He's saying Manuel Ugarte and Manchester United official soon. So there we go. Manchester United and Ugarte official soon. Good news. Good news. But yeah, Sterling to Chelsea is gaining a bit of momentum by the looks of things here as well. Score predictions for Liverpool United Sunday. I say 2-1 us. Garnacho and Licha will. Go check out my match preview video, guys. I do all of that. Starting 11, score predictions, all that kind of stuff. Woodward would have doubled Sterling's wages and offered him a 5-year deal. Honestly, would have. Yeah, absolutely 100% would have done that. Really would have. Guys, if you haven't already done so, please do smash a like on the video and hit subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. Who's this young Polish keeper we signed from Arsenal? You've got me on that one. Let's see. More than a little disappointed we didn't attempt to hijack the Ward-Prowse loan to Forest out of set pieces. Really need someone working with him reliable and crosses into the box fresh or feels like a miss. Yeah, I'm very surprised with Ward-Prowse going to Southampton and that nobody else was interested in him, to be honest. I always rated Ward-Prowse, always. Yeah. But I think if we get the Ugarte deal, guys, if we get the official confirmation from the club and we get news on Sancho leaving, that's going to be it for us. To be honest with you, we would probably just finish the live then, because I don't think we're going to have anything more other than that, to be honest. Tabby Abraham is going to AC Milan on loan as well from AS Roma. Happy Friday. Sterling would have got to take a bit of the pitch home. Hubert something he's called. Okay, all right. Yeah, he's obviously a young lad or coming in as a backup maybe, because we get that Ugarte and Sancho in and out news. I'll eyeball this bottle, says D. Let's see. Danica says, didn't he give Sancho and Ugarte the here we go days ago? No, we didn't. We got a here we go. Now, here we go isn't confirmation that the deal is actually done. Here we go is that it's confirmed, it's happening. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that players holding up the jersey. You get the here we go, and then a few days later, then you get, the official announcement from the club. Romano is the biggest shy talker in the industry. That's not true at all. He's literally on the money with everything he says. Jeff says, has McTominay left the club? He certainly has. He has signed his deal at Napoli, and he is a Napoli player. There you go. McTominay has been announced by Napoli. So many United is about to announce Ugarte, says Bright. Let's hope so. Here we go means Fabrizio is on the wrapper whilst posting a tweet on the crapper. Do you reckon any of our players we brought in will flop? Yes. Because it's just the law of averages, really, isn't it? So, yeah. I don't think they will all do well. I hope they all do well. But, yeah, I mean, it's just natural, to be honest. Just home from a week in the sun. That beer bottle looks disgusting to me right now. Yeah, well, not to me. I've just had a week of work. Bright says McTominay has been announced. Yeah, we read that already. Blue doesn't suit him. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's strange. What player do you think will flop? No idea. I'm just saying, it's just normal. It's now, I hope they don't, and I hope they all do really well, but you would say there's an average there of, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 maybe, that probably don't live up to expectation. What's your go-to beer? Says Young Sauce. Well, today we've gone Spanish. Madri. It's lovely. Lovely. Now, Samuel Luckers has been talking about Sekou Kone, and he's saying, now this guy, I can't stand this Samuel Luckers, to be honest with you. He's the guy that got banned by Eric Ten Hag. Man United are not considering Kone as an academy signing. This lad is just, he's literally destroyed his career as a journalist by creating bullshit about Man United, and Ten Hag called him out on it and banned him. And ever since then, like, you're getting reports from credible journalists, saying he's coming in and so on and so forth. He's going to join the academy. And this fucking Luckhurst just goes against everything. No, he's not. He's not going to be, why don't you go out and do some real journalism, you absolute fraud. Anyway, sorry, rant over. Let's see. I'm going to miss him. I reckon if he'd have played him in a proper position, he'd have skyrocketed. Well, the thing about Scott McTominay is that Ten Hag is the only manager to actually play him in his correct position. Maybe not his correct position, but more advanced up the field. The best and worst thing that ever happened to Scott McTominay was Jose Mourinho. One, because he gave him his debut, but two, he went, you're 6'5", right? You're a number 6. You're not a number 10. And that's where he remained then under Solskjaer, alongside Fred and all of that nonsense. So yeah, Ten Hag played him in a more advanced role, and we've seen last season he got goals, and he does have a good eye for goal, McTominay, in fairness, and I think he will do really well in Serie A. Let's see. Pressure will be on Zirkzee to score goals, so it won't be easy for him. No, it won't. But I think once Rasmus Højlund comes back, you would hope then that, he's not going to be playing every game, Zirkzee, you would expect. So, if he can get a goal every 3 games, happy days. Ineos will make us kings of Europe again soon. Mark my words, says Dylan. Party Pooper says Mctominay to be player of the season in Italy and Ballon d'Or favourite. You heard it here first. D says, I want 3-5-2. Delict, Martinez, Yoro, Menu, Casemiro, Ahmad, Bruno, Garnacho, Højlund, Zirkzee. What a team. That team would score the living shite out of, or would scare the living shite out of any side. I honestly think if we utilise the 3-5-2 to get a 2 or 3 goal lead and get the full backs subbed on to hold it. Yeah, so you're talking about, no Delo, no Mazraoui. There's no Ugarte in that team. Yeah. I think when you play a 3-5-2, your wing backs have to have a defensive side to their game. And I think if you're going to be playing Garnacho and who else? Ahmad. I think you could easily be exposed in the wide areas. I honestly do. That would be my fear of 3-5-2. You're in a 3-5-2. Your wing backs are the most important players on the pitch, and I don't think Garnacho and Ahmad would be up for that. To be quite honest with you. But yeah, I mean the options. I mean the more options you can get, the better it be. You know what I mean? Christopher Mitchell coming out of Germany is saying that Man United are optimistic on getting the Sancho deal done, which is good news. Good news there. We're also getting updates on the Scott McTominay deal from the Manchester Evening News, saying that United have a 10% sell-on clause in the Scott McTominay deal, which is also good news. Here's the report in relation to Sekou Kone. The Manchester Evening News are saying he will initially join up with the academy. He'll spend time training with the first team at Carrington, which means he could be fast-tracked if he demonstrates he can operate at the level required. Like any fucking player in the academy. If you do that, you get into the first team. You know what I mean? You get into the first team. Right, right, we've got it. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. Here we go. Thirteen minutes. 13 minutes. Ugarte. It's happening. We're going to get the Ugarte deal over the line. Yeah, and it's been updated here as well. Sorry, here we go. Mamadou Ugarte announces his PSG exit, set to be announced as a Manchester United player at 9:30 British Standard Time. Yeah, that's all in French, so we're not going to try and read any of that out. So yeah, it looks like the deal is going to be complete, and we're going to get the announcement in just over 10 minutes time. Just over 10 minutes time. And Fabrizio Romano has tweeted the same thing. Mamadou Ugarte to United, deal confirmed. Happy days. Happy days. Can you get that black jersey in long sleeve on the kit man? I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, because I just bought it. Premier League. Manchester United. I have to find it now first. Do 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 do. We must be in your splendor. Oh, it's not there. It's not there. They mustn't have it anymore. You can get it on. It's brilliant. Now, I know it's the goalkeeper jersey, but I couldn't resist. It just looks so good. Like, that should be an outfield jersey. That should be an outfield jersey. Yeah, the quality is unreal. Yeah, you can get that on any of the websites as normal, but yeah, I'm sure you can get it in long sleeve as well. Let me see. Ten Hag saying he wants to keep Sancho for depth. Listen, that's all PR. Every manager would say the same. It's just normal. It's absolutely normal. Did we get Cheeto Obi Martin? I haven't heard an awful lot. Yeah, that was confirmed a few days ago. Let's see. What's with the suspense? They are trying to copy Oasis announcement. Oh, I'm so nervous for tomorrow morning. I'm so nervous for tomorrow morning. If any of ye are not going to Oasis or don't plan on going to Oasis, will you do me a favour? Go on to Ticketmaster.ie tomorrow and queue up and try and get 2 for me, will ya? I love you long time if you do. I'm trying, of course. My wife is going to try. She has one of her brothers and sisters trying. Yeah. I've got 2 friends in Wexford that are trying for me as well. Jeff says, Ten Hag is the problem. Even though we say Ugarte, not Mulchen, I'm not even going to finish that off. Absolute nonsense. We've seen it all. We've won a lot. D, you having a beer? Are you? Manu Al Ugarte, great first name. That's actually quality, yeah. Beautiful. Stick a like on the live, folks. Let's get the numbers up. Absolutely, D. Appreciate it, my man. Anybody who hasn't hit that like button, guys, please do. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Great to see big numbers in again tonight. Ticketmaster will crash tomorrow. Everybody that I've been... all the research I've been doing on it is saying that Ticketmaster's website is rock solid and that it won't go down. But look, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That's a wonderful wall behind you. You're my wonder. I wish you could play music on YouTube. If you're watching the games with fucking the Stone Roses on in the background, it'd be brilliant. Let's see. Nothing to update as of yet. It's going to be a nightmare. It was 42,000 in the Bruce Springsteen queue last year. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't really know. You know, should I have a tab open for Saturday and then another tab open for the Sunday and then use my phone then for the Saturday also? Just had to make a 9 p.m. beer run, says Warren. Can't stand being sober for transfer deadline day. This season we have to see what our second chance goalkeeper has for Man United. Not every time Onana, even in a cup game. To know how best your mother can cook, test food prepared by other cooker. What? Alright. Any idea how much the tickets are going to be, Jack? They're starting at about, is it €80 I think they're starting at? And they're going up to like 150, something like that, I think. I don't care. I would just go, here's the keys to my house. Give me 2 tickets. If that 9:30 announcement is that Mali player, I'm going to be in my bed early. No, he's announced already. Rest easy. Right, what have we got? We've got 7 minutes to go before the big announcement of Manuel Ugarte. Yeah. This season, now we have to prove we're title contenders in the long run. No, we just need to prove that we can get back into the top 4. From 75 up to 250 for the executive packages. So yeah, there you go, 250. I would pay any. I would obviously just a normal standing ticket is what I want. But if they're not available, I'd pay the 250. Would you believe that Definitely Maybe was the first album I ever bought? The first album I ever bought. And that's not a lie, by the way. And you know why? And I can prove it's not a lie. I'm not that cool. It's just that it was the first album I ever bought, but the second album I ever bought was Boyzone, A Different Beat. So, you know what I mean? There you go. You'll be there when I needed somebody. Now, I'll have to take this new home kit somewhere to get Ugarte and whatever his number is on it. Yeah, Chris was saying earlier on that he heard it's going to be 13. Don't really know, but I'm sure we'll find out in about 5 minutes' time, hopefully. Definitely, maybe going to get a ticket tomorrow, says Finn. Warren says, should make a sneaky 6-month loan offer to Real for Mbappe. 3 games in, he doesn't look ready. He set him on the right course, yeah. Craig says, I'd keep that to myself. Well, look, has to be done. Murt, fuck off. I'm going to be stressed enough as it is without having to live stream. Sweating me bollocks off trying to get tickets. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it probably would do well, though. The stress of not getting them in the end then. No doubt they'll play 3 songs. Noel will launch a tambourine at someone in the crowd and that'll be the reunion done. As long as I see the 2 of them together, I don't care. Danica says, goddamn, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic was the first album I bought, showing my age. There we go. Happy days. Right, we're nearly ready. We're nearly ready for the... we're nearly ready for the big update from Manchester United. Yeah, okay. Keep refreshing the feed. Any videos or anything, I'll put them up. I don't think I can actually play the audio from them, unless we play them through the York. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Let me just turn up the volume full blast and see what happens. Chelsea understood to have made an offer to sign Man United's Jadon Sancho on loan with an obligation to buy if certain thresholds are met. So yeah, that's something we already know. Deal done between Ivan Toney and Al Hilal, or Al Ali, sorry. It's mad that Ivan Toney has gone to Saudi. This is the one she's waiting for. Be with me in your splendor from the blind. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. Raheem Sterling and Arsenal deal at the final stages, says Fabrizio Romano. Interesting stuff. Right, it's past. Come on, United. Let's see it. Still nothing. You're slacking. Jesus, that was fast. They've all got it out. Right, we'll go with... I don't like going with Samuel Luckhurst. Fuck him. He's got pictures up though. Right, it's confirmed, guys. Manchester United sign Manuel Ugarte. Where will we start with? We'll start with this one. Official Manchester United announced the signing of Manuel Ugarte. Understand PSG wanted €60 million and United have agreed on 50 million plus 10 million in bonus subject to performance and success, which is brilliant. What else have we got here? Let's get it updated and see. There we go. The official photo. Manuel Ugarte signs for Manchester United. What else have we got? He's here. Yeah, it looks like some lads actually... yeah, well, we don't have them. There we go. There we go. Manuel Ugarte finally signs as a Manchester United player. We've seen that. Show 10 more posts. We've got some quotes from him as well, guys. We'll get into now in a moment. The United stand. Yeah, there we go. Any idea on his number would be nice. But yeah, he's been speaking, supposedly. He says, it's an incredible feeling to join a club of this magnitude, one that is admired all around the world. The project that the football leadership discussed with me is extremely exciting. Manchester United is an ambitious club, and I am an ambitious player. That's what you want to hear. Absolutely, 100%. Now, what else have we got? Any other updates? The passion of supporters is something that is very important to me. I know how incredible United fans are and I cannot wait to experience Old Trafford. I'm someone who is determined to succeed. I will sacrifice and give everything for my teammates. Together we will fight to win trophies and reach the level where the club needs to be. Get up the yard, the smell of Benji off you. Brilliant. What else have we got? We read that one. Seen that. Yes. Yeah, brilliant. What does that mean? Anyone know what that means? Where that's from? I don't know. Anyway, great news, guys. Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United is done. And obviously them pictures were taken today, maybe? I don't know. But Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United is done and dusted. No reveal video. I'm sure we will get it. I'm sure we will get it. Will we? Let me have a look and see. I'll see can I find one for you. We'll go down through your comments in a sec, guys. No video. No video. But, yeah, we don't need one, do we? Let's see what you guys are saying here. Paul says, here's a question. Do you think there's actually something in the Osman deal? Why are they still in talks with 90 minutes left, being in talks since 8 this morning? I don't really know, Paul, to be honest with you. I haven't been keeping a close eye on it. I mean, Osman to Chelsea would be a brilliant signing for ye. It really would. But he would cost a hell of a lot of money. And as much money as ye like to spend, I don't know if he can do that legitimately, to be honest with you. Certain thresholds being he doesn't spit his ties out of the pram and piss his pants over being benched, says Warren. Yeah, that's in relation to Jadon Sancho. Still got an hour and a half to get rid of him, says D. Ivan Toney ruined what could have been a top career. He was following the money, says Party Pooper. Let's see. Get in, says John. Dylan says, don't Ugarte look good in that kit? He certainly does. Eric Ten Hag there too shows he's a man manager. Ugarte is a machine, never stops. Kino 2.0. I hope not. Blah, blah, blah. You're talking between yourselves. Let's see. No reveal video. No. Does Ugarte start against the Scousers? No, he's not registered in time to play. He won't be involved. Scholesy with the super chat. He says, I'm gassed, honestly. What a signing. What a player. Appreciate the super chat, Scholesy. It's an absolute fantastic signing, to be quite honest with you. And it's one that'll give a real boost to that midfield, one that we need. He just has that South American, just, Martinez style head on him, where, he'd die for the football club and his teammates, and that's what you need. That's exactly what you need. Appreciate the super chat, Scholesy. Thanks for the support as always, guys. Couldn't have a better deadline day, says Dylan. D says that badge on that player means business. We're taking no fucking prisoners this season. No quarter given to no opponent. Bring on your VAR and all the rest of your anti-United side. We've seen it all. We won the lot. Go on, D. D is having a lovely Friday evening here, Friday night. Where will he play in the middle, though? He will play in that number 6. That's exactly where he will play. So yeah, good news, guys. Good news. Now, all we need now, between now and, in the next hour and 20 minutes, is to get Jadon Sancho heave-hoed on to Chelsea, hopefully. But yeah, Mamadou Ugarte to Manchester United. Unite and fight. There you go. Happy days. I'll drink to that one. Let's see what these dopes at Sky Sports News have to say about it. He's only 23 years of age as well, which is fantastic. Finn, we like Ugarte. We like Ugarte. But yeah, like, just trying to find if we've heard what his number is going to be. Wouldn't it be deadly if he got 16? But 16 is 16 is Ahmad's number, isn't it? Now, all we have left to do is to sign this guy. Yes. Yes. Diallo has got 16. He does. Yeah, Diallo has 16. All we've left to do now is put in a bid for him. So yeah, just waiting on any updates on Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho. We've got Chris back in, guys. Oh,
what's up, guys?
Turn off that fan if you can.
All right, hold on.
Oh no, wait, no, it's good now. No, it's good. It's good. It's climatized. It's climatized. Or whatever.
How about that?
Means.
Better?
Yeah, perfect. Well, happy Ugarte to Manchester United. Done and dusted. Happy?
Love it.
Yeah. You know, look, we were speaking about it earlier on, Chris, about you know, how good the transfer window has been, but like when you're talking about and when you're thinking about last season, probably one of the biggest criticisms we had about the team was how easy we were to play through. You know, fucking right through that middle. Surely this guy is brought in to try and fix that solution or help it at least.
No, I agree, and I mean I made a point this summer to watch the Copa America when he played, and
Yeah.
him playing for Uruguay. I mean, he's a playbreaker. I mean, he is. I mean, I can't say that is he progressive out of the back. No, but he gives the ball to the right people.
Yeah.
Like he'll give the ball to Manu. I think he's going to free Manu up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking as well. You know, the fact that he's got such a good defensive side to his game, that it will allow the likes of Manu and Bruno to maybe express themselves a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll be honest, if you want to go really defensive, you put him and Casemiro together with Bruno.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like, I don't think anybody's going to get through. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I've listened to the likes of Paul Scholes and on a couple different shows, and he talks about Ugarte and how he's not. How do I say, progressive enough? But I mean, you can't have everything. You can't have Rodri. You know, I mean, that's the issue.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, he's coming in under a good coach who's going to train him, and I'm sure he'll improve in that area as well. You know what I mean?
I still think he's good. Don't get me wrong. When I watch him, he's good. I mean, Uruguay, they made it to the final against Argentina, and he gave Argentina fits.
Yeah.
With the likes of McAllister and DePaul and Messi and those guys in the midfield. I mean, I'm not worried. I think he's
right. One sec.
All right, I'm going to be right back. Let me grab something.
We've got breaking news here. Yeah, we've got some updates, guys, on Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan deal with obligation to buy clause agreed between the clubs. Sancho has already said yes, as he wanted the Chelsea move. Deal now agreed between all parties. Manchester United accepted the proposal and the deal is now set to be signed. Jadon Sancho is no more at Manchester United, and he will be a Chelsea player in the next few minutes, or the next hour and 15 minutes. Give us 1 sec there.
I guess I grabbed it at the right time.
You did grab it at the right time. You 100% did grab it at the right time. So yeah, Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan deal with that beautiful word, obligation to buy between the two clubs. Chris, give me your thoughts on it.
Love it, 100%.
Yeah. Does that bump up the rating of the transfer window for you? That's Jadon now telling you to say yes.
Yeah, no, B plus.
B plus, right? Okay. Yeah.
Only I'll stand firm, Jack, with it. The only reason why I say B plus and not an A is only because of timings.
Yeah, I get you.
I'll be honest with you, if we would have gotten Delict and Mazraoui in for half of a preseason, or like so they could have played the first 2 games, I would have given it an A.
Yeah.
Because I know it's hard to sell the players that we have. I get it.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, the obligation to buy is massive here. It really, really is, and it's one that I'm really happy to see. I would presume with the obligation to buy that you're talking about Chelsea covering his wages from the get-go, I would presume, or would I be wrong in that?
That'll be interesting to see.
Well, if personal terms are in place as all sides work to complete the deadline day transfer from David Ornstein,
maybe we're paying half at the most.
Yeah, maybe so.
I'll give Ineos the credit that they're not gonna. I'd be very shocked if he paid his salary this season.
Paul.
Oh,
here we go. Paul is in. No, he also says, "Oh, I'm so excited to get Sancho. Am I not?" So it's obviously not. Well, look, I mean,
who's he going to play in front of, Jack?
That's the point, and that's what we're saying. And Paul, maybe you can tell us there, where does he fit into this Chelsea squad, let alone first 11? Because now, look, there's no doubt that Sancho has talent, but he strikes me as a modern day Chelsea signing.
Yes. I mean, let me put it this way, and I'll put it to Paul. Christopher Nkunku is not getting time. And look what he did in the Bundesliga compared to what Sancho did in the Bundesliga.
Exactly.
And it's not even close.
Yeah.
So, so Sancho's going to play in front of João Felix, Madueke that just scored a hat trick, Cole Palmer, Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah. It's a difficult one.
The list goes on.
Yeah, the list does go on. Well, look, he's Chelsea's problem now, so. Do you think, Chris, with Sancho leaving, that we might potentially, with an injury or two, be a bit light on the wings?
That's what I'm afraid of, and that's why I was kind of hoping maybe we could do a swap deal with something, or bring maybe not even bring a winger in, but maybe we bring a midfielder in, like our friend Chukwuemeka. You can practice his name.
I can't even remember it. Yeah, Chukwuemeka. Because
then maybe when Mason Mount is healthy once ever, he can get pushed out to the wing or something like that. But
yeah, and Bruno can play there as well, I suppose.
Bruno, I don't want Bruno to play there.
No, nobody wants Bruno there, but out of desperation.
For God's sakes, we'll have to play Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, did I read, Jack? I don't know if you saw it, that we were close to loaning him out.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear that a couple of weeks ago that United were open to a loan deal for him, but nobody.
I heard like Real Betis or a Spanish team was looking at him, but it broke down.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Well, you couldn't expect both Sancho and Anthony to leave. You know what I mean, on deadline day without replacing at least one of them.
But then, that's the issue. It's like, deadline day.
Because basically then you're looking at Ahmad, Garnacho and Rashford as three wingers.
And a youngster, maybe? I don't know.
Have we got a youngster for the wing at the moment? I don't know if we do.
Wheatley?
Nah. He's more of a number 9, I think, isn't he?
I think so, but, we play Bruno out there, so...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, look, it looks like there's 4 wingers now for 2 positions, so you would hope that they can stay injured. I would ideally like one more. I agree. But, needs must and all that kind of stuff. Let's see what people are saying in the chat here, and we'll... let's see. Oh, don't wake up, little dude. Uh-oh. I might have to end this live a bit early. But to be honest with you, all of the news is done and dusted now anyway. So, Jadon Sancho, off we go. I like that one.
Love it.
Get on, says Dylan. Sancho, hope he flops at Chelsea. Want him to come with us. Ugarte will wear number 25, says Craig. That hasn't been confirmed now, and I haven't seen anything on it, but...
Well, that's tough because we just got rid of Sancho, so that's his number. So.
Well, exactly, yeah. There you go. Finn says, that's a 1950s ringtone if I ever heard one. And when you get old, you have to have them old, loud ones, you know what I mean?
I am old, so.
Yeah. Party Pooper says, great window. Really, yeah. I it's the best window we've had in... 15 years?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the season we brought in the likes of... I mean, Tevez came in 2007, didn't he?
Yes.
We got Hargreaves that year. We got... Who else did we get? There was a couple of... Oh, we got like... Didn't we get Nani and Anderson that summer as well?
I think so, yeah. I think
because
right.
they won the Champions League their first season, so
it's
been a brilliant
the quiz.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, but yeah, anybody who hasn't, guys, go check out the quiz. The episode 1 of the quiz is uploaded now. Anybody can watch it back. The early years. What did you score out of 20, Chris? 11.
11.
That's not bad because they were difficult questions. Now, in fairness.
A lot of them before I was born, so
yeah, before anyone alive was born. Some of the questions.
Honestly, I wouldn't have known a lot of them if I wouldn't have taken the tour of Old Trafford when I was there before. So
yeah, absolutely.
You know. But January 18th, Jack, UCC meeting
in Manchester.
Yeah, Brighton game.
I'll see what I can do. Who's going?
I may be able. Myself and my friend Edmund. He's a subscriber to the channel, so we're gonna go over, and I think Ben's gonna try to make it, and then and if you come over, I may pony up enough to put you in the what do you call it,
the Ritz-Carlton.
Well, I don't know about the Ritz, but what is it, the hospitality?
Oh, hospitality.
Because right now, I ponied up for Edmund and I. We're going to be in the hospitality. I ponied up about 600 a piece.
Yeah.
Get to drink 3 hours before the game. All the food.
Do you know what? I'd rather be in the Tollgate.
But you get to sit with the United player.
I played with United players.
Oh.
That'd be good.
If I can find tickets in a different area, but I already put it forth. I have until December to decline.
No, that'll be good. Yeah, no, that really will. That'd be quality.
But we're gonna be over there. We're gonna come in on a Thursday and we're gonna stay till Tuesday.
Right. Well, I'll see what I can do. If I could get over for the game, maybe an overnight trip or something like that. Absolutely, I'll check it out.
We'll have to send you back in a coffin.
I'll be alright. Be alright. It's not my first rodeo.
I know.
Let's see what people are saying here in the chat. Let's see. Warren says, sadly, this is a £1 billion squad. We shouldn't be having to do anything in desperation. We should have excellent coverage across the team, a solid core and some great young talent, but injuries. Yeah, but you do have to, I do understand, and we've been saying a lot lately, you know, over the last couple of seasons that, and especially since Ineos took over, the hangover from the old regime is going to remain. You know what I mean? It is going to remain.
At least 2 windows.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, the work that Ineos have done in their very first now I know it's not Dan Ashworth's, you know, first transfer window or Jason Wilcox or whatever it may be, but that's the reason why they were brought in.
Well, I mean, you look at it, Jack. I mean, like we talked about earlier, next window, Maguire, Lindelof, and Eriksson will be gone.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be gone. So the only real, the 2 real eyesores, if you want to put it there, is Anthony and Mason Mount.
And Rashford if he doesn't have a good season.
Yeah, but he wasn't a buy.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But
So,
he is
I
on
mean,
345 grand a week.
no, I get that, and and maybe he comes around, maybe he doesn't. But I look at it this way: he's not a buy. He's like you say, pure profit. So if we do
Yeah,
sell him for
absolutely.
whatever,
Yeah.
but I mean, Mount's an eyesore because we paid 60 million pounds for him,
Yeah.
and he's on 200 grand a week, if not more.
Yeah.
And Anthony, I shudder to think what he's on, 200 grand a week, and we paid 80 million for him.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, Paul like this one. Breaking news: Victor Osimhen is staying at Napoli. He won't be joining Chelsea. There's one for Paul now.
So what do you think? Ivan Toney going to is it Qatar or Saudi Arabia? One of the two.
Saudi Arabia. It's a surprise, to be honest with you. I mean, he's in the peak of his career, and I don't know what kind of clauses are in it. If there's release clauses that allow him to leave after a year or two. I don't know. I do know that if Osimhen was to go to Saudi Arabia, that they would have to be included in the deal, that he could be allowed leave if he wanted after 12 or 24 months.
But are you surprised that no one in the Prem? I mean, last I saw that Tony was going for 50?
40.
40.
No
One's gonna.
maybe that was someone else.
No one's gonna pony. Is it 40 million pounds or is it
40 million
euro?
pounds, I think. Yeah.
So about 50 million euro.
Yeah.
No one's gonna pay 50 for Tony. Like,
there has to be something. I mentioned it there before you came on earlier on, that there has to be something with Ivan Toney in relation to his demeanor, maybe his off the field activities with betting. If people want to get involved with him, if he's, I don't know. To be honest with you, because I can't see a player of his quality who you could get for 40 million not being of high interest with a lot of clubs.
I mean, what did we pay for Zirkzee? 35?
No, we didn't. We paid more. We paid about 40, I think.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit Zirkzee, but what is Tony? 26?
28.
Okay, so, all right, 2 years older. But Premier League proven that nobody's going to buy, like, no one's in for him. I mean, it raises an eyebrow. Like, why?
Well, the thing about it is you look at last year, and he was £100 million player,
Yep.
and what happens then? He gets banned, and then for absolutely for legitimate reasons, and but then all of a sudden, you're out of the game for a while, and you probably don't have the same kind of I don't know, quality in your performances or consistency maybe that you did the season before, and all of a sudden then nobody wants you. You know what I mean?
Well,
like Evan Ferguson is a huge example of that as well.
Well, that's an injury concern with Evan Ferguson at that point. But I mean, you look at it, and I think Brentford's team moved forward without him.
Yeah.
And then when he did come back, he really didn't have a place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then, but you look at it. Would you have taken? Let me ask Jack. Would you have taken him on a loan with an obligation to buy?
I'm very, and the reason why obligations are not in too many loan deals is because I would be wary of putting that into because we've had, and only over the last few years, we've had loans that I don't think any of them have really worked out. You talk about Sabitzer, you talk about Weghorst, you talk about Amrabat. They haven't really worked out. So if you put an obligation to buy in it, I think automatically what that will do is the player will go, well, I'm getting signed anyway. You know what I mean? Whereas at least if it's the option, the player might go, well, I like it here. I'm going to fight tooth and nail to try and get a permanent deal.
No, I get that, but the only thing I can say about the ones that we've done recently, like Sabitzer and those guys, is that, like Sabitzer, for prime example, he basically plays the same position as Bruno. He's not an 8, he's more of a 10. So kind of like Mason Mount, how does he fit into the team? So he never really fit well. He was bought by a regime that didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
And now we have. I mean, I look at it this way. I am happy with what Ineos and the structure are doing because it looks like they look forward instead of looking at what they
Yes.
did behind.
Yeah.
Instead of what a player did, they're going to look at what a player's going to do.
Yeah.
And
So, just a little update on the obligation to buy for Jadon Sancho. Now, this is coming from TalkSport, so we take that with a pinch of salt. But just to let you know, they're saying that Chelsea's obligation to buy Jadon Sancho is for £40 million.
Wow.
Which is good, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about a 3-year spell that Sancho had at United, and we bought him for 70, was it?
73.
73. So, yeah, I mean, if that is to be believed, that's good negotiating. That's very good negotiating.
Return.
Yeah.
100% good return.
Yeah.
For the kid that he is, I'm sorry. That's a great return.
He's still only, what is he? He's still only 23 or 24, is he?
He's 24, but look at his demeanor and what he's done, and I stand by this fact is that, oh my gosh.
Sorry. Let's keep it professional.
No, I stand by this fact, and I've said this to you before, Jack, is that when we bought Jadon Sancho, I think his numbers were inflated because look at who he played with.
Yeah.
At Dortmund. Who did he pass the ball to? His 17 assists. Yes. I mean, anybody, you could pass the ball to Erling Haaland and get 20 assists.
Yeah. I love this. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Just perfect, so it is. It's absolutely perfect. Ugarte in, Sancho out. We're not signing Sterling. Ahmad, you're the man.
I do think, though, Jack, I think we're a little light in our squad.
Yes.
I'm scared of it.
Well, we spoke about this before, didn't we? That what was the priority? Is the priority to strengthen the squad, the starting 11 maybe, or to get depth into your squad? And we said that we couldn't do both, remember? But we said we had to get the balance right, and look, we've sold probably double what we brought in, but the majority of the players that we sold weren't getting anywhere near the first team anyway. You know what I mean? So I think in terms of depth, we're probably no better or worse than we were last season, but the quality has improved. Like if you look at, for example, we've got more centre-backs now than we did last year.
More quality centre-backs.
Exactly. We've got the same amount of full-backs as we did last year. We've got the same amount of midfielders. We sold one and brought in one, right?
I think we're light on the fullbacks because we brought in Region, so you got to throw him in the mix.
Well, we only brought Region in because of injury.
Yeah, but I mean, guess where we're at now.
I know that. No, but I'm just talking about in terms of actual, numerical players. I think we've got the same amount of midfielders. Martial left. Zirkzee came in. Greenwood left, but he wasn't there anyway. So I think we're pretty much. I think we still have the same.
And we didn't have Ahmad last, or did we?
No, we did. We had Ahmad last year.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
he scored against Liverpool, sure.
Oh, wow. He was hurt.
That's right.
He was hurt for 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, you're probably hoping that the injuries that we had, say the long-term injuries like Mason Mount, who's injured again, you would be saying you would hope that they are like new signings and new additions to the squad because you'd hope they're around,
Well, I mean, what is Mount? Mount, they said, is 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So he's going to miss this game, international break. He's going to miss
I think he'll miss 2 games after the international break if he's back on time.
3 games in total.
Yeah. It's not the worst.
It's not the worst, but I'll hold judgment until he comes back because I liked what he did coming into the season.
Yeah.
In all honesty, could you do worse than having Christian Eriksen on the bench as a squad player?
Yeah.
Oshin will love that, but but he can play against who we playing, Barnsley or
exactly.
he can play against those guys. And
I mean, you're talking about games in the Europa League now, where we're going to be playing against FC20. We're going to be playing against Gilk Bold or whoever the fuck them lads are.
Well, what was I missed it. What was our draw, dude? Can you put it up? Do you have it?
Yeah. Just give me a second now, and I will. Europa League draw. There we go. So where is it?
I gotta brag a little bit, Jack. I'm gonna turn you around and look at the sunlight. Florida sun.
So we've got. Let me see. I'll put it up over on the screen here. Let's see. Can I? Not now. Where is it gone? Close that. No. There we go. Oh no, that's not it at all. Now, there we go. So, at home to Rangers, away to Porto, at home to PAOK of Greece, away to Fenerbahce, which is obviously Jose Mourinho.
That's going to be tough.
Semi-tough. Bodo, Glimt, whoever they are, I've literally never... I don't know if that's two teams that have to play each other or if that's one team. I don't know.
I think it's we play the winner of that one.
We play the winner of that one. Okay. Victoria Pilsen away, FC20 at home, and FCSB away, which is...
Who is that?
FCSB.
Football Club of...
FCSB Football Club. That's just literally their name. In the Super League, they are... Are they Turkish?
Oh.
Steaua Bucharest.
Okay.
Steaua Bucharest. There we go. So yeah, I mean... Romanian. So yeah, I mean, it's... Basel, someone is saying. Anyway, whoever it is. Whoever. No, it's not Basel. Basel or FC Basel.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look... The new format of the Champions League and the Europa League is kind of like you can literally lose maybe 3 games and still qualify. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how that one turns out.
Yeah. But getting back to our original point then, I think the likes of Christian Eriksen and, Victor Lindelof and these types of players will have a role to play, whether it be due to injury or whether it be just to give the main lads a rest, and not be dragging fucking, Kobe Manu to the back arse of Turkey. You know what I mean? No. If you don't have to.
No, absolutely. I think it's important. And I think it's important for Toby Collier. I think it's important for Harry Amos. I think it's, I think you'll see in those games, like certain games you'll see like in a milder setting like FC20 or, one of the milder settings that you can see a lot of the youth play.
Yeah. I'm just having a quick look here now to see is there anything else we've got. What have we got here? Now we're getting Fabrizio Romano saying so this will tell you how this will tell you how shit TalkSport are. All right, we said 40 million with TalkSport, right? Yes. And they literally changed what they were saying after Fabrizio Romano tweeted this.
Oh no.
It's 25 million. So, look, I mean, 25 million is 25 million. Again, any sale of a player that hasn't been bought by Ineos, I'm just putting down to as a profit, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
It's good. I mean, the question's going to be how much are we picking up for the loan?
Yeah.
The wage. And I'm sure Romano will come out with that. But other than that, I mean, it can't be... I would venture to say it's not going to be the whole amount.
Yeah, I mean,
to go to 25 million, I think it'd be.
Well, if it's down to 25 million, that would mean Chelsea will probably be covering the majority of his wages. I would think.
It's either that or or maybe it was 40 million pounds, and we're covering X amount, like a buyout, or like for this year, and then it goes down to 25 million as the obligation.
Maybe
You know
so.
what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I don't think TalkSport are smart enough to come up with something like that.
I
To
don't
be honest with
understand how
you.
they're still in business.
Yeah, well, because people listen to them. That's why. Simple. Now, in fairness, I watch some of their clips and stuff, but there's a couple of people that I just can't listen. Like that Gabby Agbonlahor.
Oh
I
my
just
God,
can't.
no way.
I can't even look at him. He's like when he comes up in the thumbnail. I just.
I gotta be honest,
anyway.
Jack, if I saw him in the street, I'd punch him.
Nah, well, I wouldn't do that, but
I would.
I wouldn't get arrested for
Oh,
hitting
you
it.
get arrested for that over there? You gotta give me the lowdown.
Right, I'll tell you.
I'll just show my American passport. Say I didn't know.
Yeah, and then they'll go, just give me your gun. You know.
I only have 5.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's 5 more than I have.
They're all pistols, though, Jack. They're all pistols.
All right, fair enough. Do
But
you know
no,
what, guys?
I mean, I think it's good to get them off the books.
What? Wait now. Sorry, wait now. What did you say? Sorry, someone just saw. My missus just came in and said one of her friends got Oasis tickets in the early draw.
Oh my gosh!
She also got 2 tickets.
Who got?
Cully, her brother-in-law who's in the Oasis tribute band.
Yeah.
So they got 4 tickets for Dublin and they got 2 tickets for Wembley.
Can I have any of them?
She said, try to get them in the morning, but they're all spoken for, but if they get one...
Jack, I'll come into Ireland for that, and then you can be on baby duty, and I'll go with the missus.
Chris, you need to get on Ticketmaster.ie at 8 a.m. Irish time tomorrow and try and buy Oasis tickets. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
And anyone else that's watching, do the same and just give them to me.
Are they in Kilkenny or where are they at? Dublin?
No, they're playing in Croke Park in Dublin.
Okay. I'll look for them.
Yeah, I know it's going to be like literally the whole country is going to be on Ticketmaster tomorrow morning getting tickets. Really? Yeah, it's the most sought after ticket in, I would say, 30 years. I would say.
Really?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like
above you too?
Oh, 100% above you two. Above everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, above everybody. Like literally, when was it? The 27th, 3 days ago. It was announced that they're coming back after 16 years. Ireland and the UK just went into meltdown. Like, literally just went into meltdown.
I saw that.
Yeah. So.
Not so much here.
No. Well, they never did really crack America, in fairness.
They did. They did a little bit.
They did a little bit. But, I mean, like, the big ones, like Wonderwall was... Anyway, we're fucking getting past. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to end our live on that lovely... talk about Oasis. Chris, I appreciate you dropping on, man. I've enjoyed the chat over the hour or so that you've been on. I'll be back again tomorrow night, guys, as always. I don't know what we're going to talk about now that the transfer window is closed, but we'll figure something out. Oh no, sorry, not tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. Tomorrow
on Sunday.
Tomorrow's Saturday, so we've got the watch along on Sunday. Kickoff is 4:00, I think, if I'm right in saying.
11 for us, yeah.
Yeah, 4:00. So I'll be live from 3:00 on Sunday. Chris, I appreciate you watching or joining. And I'll chat to you Sunday. All right? Take it easy, man. Guys, everyone else, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so. Do hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're ending the live because Sancho is gone and Ugarte is in. And there's nothing else going to be happening at Man United. So happy days. Smash a like in the video. Hit subscribe. I'll chat to you on Sunday for the big one against Liverpool. Go check out my match preview video as well if you haven't done so. Have a great night. I'll see you in a bit.